Alright, we're on the play here. Match 2 of this league with Rug Delver, and yeah, I'll take it. Not looking great against aggro, but some aggro decks aren't... oh, okay, they're mulliganing. Wow, that was low. Let's hold up Thought Scour and Spell Snare just in case. Spell Snare is very good against some aggro decks, so there's that. They didn't have a Mana Dork, which I like. Let's grab ourselves a Steam Vents and Scour. Maybe grow some Tarmogoyfs? Definitely grow some Tarmogoyfs. Maybe grow them very much. We turned over a Delver. Drew Mana Leak, that could be good. Stubborn Denial. Makes me almost want to hold on to my Tarmogoyfs. Almost. So close. So very close. They went Forest Pass, so I'm going to say we can be at least somewhat liberal with our life total. I don't want to be too liberal, because that could be a way they sneak past mulliganing to 4 and just crush us, because we were a little too aggressive. On the other hand, not having my colors available seems like a very good way to let them sneak back into the game. We're going against back-to-back missing land drops. Tron just did that not 2 minutes ago. We slammed Tarmogoyf, right? Do we get a forest? Yeah, I kind of want the forest. Don't really need another blue source. Tarmogoyf's great. Look at that big lug. The reason to play Temur. I really enjoy the cheap fatties. We visions, we grow Goyf, we don't hold up any more counters. Maybe we should have gotten a blue source, but it seems so unnecessary. Well, I guess once you have a couple of counters, it's not bad. Do I just want another Tarmogoyf? We can probably afford to bottom the Flooded Strand. I don't think we need to cast that many counter spells. Let's top the Goyf, why not? Just in case. It's probably going to be unnecessary because End Step Bolt, swinging with the Goyfs again, that's game, but who knows? We also have no idea what the opponent's on, so I almost want to drag this out. In fact, we're not going to bolt them yet. Swing in with the Goyfs, we'll hold up counter magic, and we'll just hold on to that lightning bolt. See if they want to give us any information. If they don't, we're probably just going to kill them. Yeah, they scooped. That's smart. So, we are up against a deck that plays Basic Forest. I'm thinking we just don't sideboard. We could theoretically bring in Flash Freeze. There are so many decks that would play Basic Forest. Sideboarding seems like an awful idea. So, there are a couple ways we can look at this. A few even. The opponent got severely mana screwed in that game. Or maybe even color screwed. Maybe they had a bunch of white cards in their humans deck, and the only land they hit was the forest, and they had to mulligan down. So variance did something in that game. However, it could have been great for us because we basically got a free game. Or you could look at it as it being terrible for us because we're going in blind in this game, and they know we're on Rug Delver because we turned over a Delver with that Scour. We had Tarmogoyf. I think it was pretty clear. They didn't see any counterspells, but it's not hard to think there'd be counterspells. So, you could look at it as it being great for us, it being awful for us, because this next game is probably going to be very, very difficult. Or a balance between the two. Variance did something, and it was good for us, but also good for them to an extent. So we won that game for sure at this point because they just scooped. And there's a pretty good chance that they're going to take the next one because We know that they're playing Forest, and that's it. It's still good for us because we got a game and they probably got a percentage of a game, given that they're favored to win the next one, but I don't think we're going to sideboard. Now, Tron, I'm trying to eliminate decks. Tron is very likely to have an Ancient Stirrings, or an Egg, or a Relic, or something that it could play with 1 mana. So they probably weren't on Tron, which means they're either on a combo deck, a control deck. I guess they could be on Titan Shift, so that doesn't really exclude big mana altogether. I'm trying to figure out if it's safe to board in Huntmaster, because Huntmaster is good against mid-range and aggro, and the opponent's probably on mid-range or aggro. So maybe we board in this, and we drop Curator, and I don't really want to cut a Hooting Mandrills. I kind of want these Huntmasters. I'm going to have to do this quick. Let's board out a Thought Scour and call it a day. So we're going to kind of sort of sideboard. Not really, but I'm going to take a guess. This hand's fine. It's not fantastic. We're going to take some damage off of these lands, but it's okay. Did that really just happen? Wow. Alright. So either my intuition sucks, I got very unlucky with my guess, or I was just stupid for guessing in the first place. Hopefully we don't draw those 2 Huntmasters, and I'm going to very much miss that Thought Scour, I think. I guess they didn't draw 4 Ancient Stirrings, 4 Expedition Maps, 8 Eggs. That's a good 16 cards. Maybe they just didn't want to show us anything by that point. We're going to turn that over, so we can probably assume that the opponent's going to have Tron next turn. So I kind of want to hold up Mana Leak. Chances... Well, we know they have Tron. We're just going to do that. It's a given. They have Tron, but they don't know that we have a counterspell in hand. Although I imagine they can guess probably quite easily. But if they don't do anything, at least we get to Bolt Face. So that's something. There's Tron. What's the damage? That's fine. Kind of ironic that I spent the previous match going on about how you shouldn't hold up Mana Leak, and in this match, I'm saying that holding up Mana Leak is perfectly fine, but I think the scenario was very different, for one. And 2, I'm just going to go ahead and be a hypocrite and hope it works out. Do we want to cast Visions here? Kind of. We might. Okay. They're at 14. I don't want to let loose the bolts yet. I really want to slam Goyf, I think. So we're going to Visions here. We didn't draw... Oh, another Lightning Bolt. Yes, we're going for the burn plan. This is it. Absolutely. We're going to play Goyf. We're going to play this Bauble. We're going to draw our cards sooner, and we're going to pass to the opponent. We might see an Ugin here. But if we don't, we might be okay. And if they have Ugin, there's nothing we can do anyways. Is it Karn? It's just Karn. It's kind of hilarious that I'm saying just Karn, but honestly, that's not a huge deal. That's annoying. I think their sequencing was off there, right? They use map to get a Sanctum. Oh, they couldn't play the Sanctum. That's why it didn't matter. We're going to crack this, take a look at what they're going to draw, and we're going to figure out where we need to point this Delver. Delver's going to die imminently. Okay. So taking out Karn to protect Delver seems silly. Tarfire. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I know where we are pointing this Delver, and we are going to hope that they are gentle enough on our red sources. Because we might just be able to squeak by here. Which would honestly be pretty gross. To be fair, we shouldn't have all of these bolts. We're going to give up Spell Snare. Oh, if they dismember, they take extra damage. Yes. Dismember. 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 Come on. You can do it. Take out Delver. It's an awful bug. Insects are terrible. Swamp. Sure. Dismember. They would still pay 2 life. Come on. Please. I would very much enjoy that. They're going to have a lot of mana. I'm a little surprised that they didn't play out... Oh, we get to hit again with Delver. No, we don't. They're going to dismember at their leisure. That's silly. They're still going to take 2, though, from that dismember, and that's fantastic. No. Absolutely not. Alright. Burn spells look like they did the trick. That's why we play red, though. Besides Huntmaster, because that's kind of why I play red, but that's besides the point. I'm sure there are more rational people out there who only play red for the bolts. But when I think of playing Sultai instead, and I have pondered it, ooh, Nux would be really good if we had 1 more land. And since this is the only mountain in the deck, it could be any land. Now, even if it was another mountain, blue, green, red, haste, boom. We're going to do this before they can do anything. They kind of got screwed over by variants, but it worked out in the end for the good guys. So, personally, I won't complain. I'll certainly acknowledge that that wasn't the greatest match, but on the other hand, it was pretty interesting for me, so I imagine some people were entertained. Thank you all for watching. Back-to-back green-black Tron. That was exciting. Hopefully you all enjoyed that video, and I hope to see you in the next one.